Let me turn up the volume. Hopefully you can hear me. Because I didn't put my ears in. I guess it's never too late, right? Nothing like doing a whole broadcast and not having anyone be able to hear it. Maybe you can hear me okay. But I don't always know because I can't see comments. I'm working it out though. I'm figuring it out every day in between my work and my play and everything else that I do. Not the techie girl, but I'm learning, plugging in. Okay, I guess I could rename myself and call me Tech Tech. Tech Tech, I could be Tech Tech. The old Tech Tech lady. Good morning, get your glow on, get your glow on. I tried to pick a mug today that would make me feel great, and either they're all dirty because they've been glowing, or they're in my storage unit, which I'm arranging. So today I picked a mug with ducks on it, and you know what? This will probably be the most endearing mug I use because it reminds me of my dad. He, not he didn't get up and drink Glow or Joe, but he was a duck hunter, and we ate many a duck across our table, and that was one of the ways he fed us. And so in the morning, early, probably 5 in the morning, he would get up, go duck hunting, bring the duck back, and go pluck that poor little duck and fix it, prepare it, and then my mom would cook it, and we ate duck. But I learned to really love and appreciate duck because, one, they're very beautiful, and if you will look up the meaning of duck, it's interesting. They have a lot to do with emotions, and it's funny that I work a lot with emotions. But they're a beautiful animal, beautiful bird, and they offer much to us. Not only beauty, a part of the bird family, but wisdom as well. So look up the meaning of duck. That's your challenge for the day, and find out which emotion maybe you need to get in check with, because duck called us to order today. Okay. Whew. I'm very challenged these last few days. I'm a little late on my glowing moment because I kind of have made it a funny now. Cup of glow, I think, is a great idea. It came to me a long time ago, to fill your cups full of light. And I kind of use it jestfully and jokingly, but we have to start our day with a little bit of happiness and giggles. So please know that when I laugh at myself, that you can laugh with me, and that I'm not laughing, but I'm being joyful. Because I think that's really important. And so when you get your cup of glow on, just know that we're playing with light, we're playing with information, that we're sharing the joy, and also hopefully we're enjoying our morning refreshment. Okay, well, where to go for information today? I have anyone that knows me knows that I have a plethora of card decks, books, informationals, oracles that bring beautiful information. So it's always a challenge for me to know where to go. It's not a challenge, but I am always posed with the question, where is the piece of information that I want today? Now, if any of you that have worked with cards or oracles, you'll know that I could choose three different authors, different card decks, books, whatever, with the intention and the asking of my guidance to bring me a certain insight or clarity on a certain information, and I would get the same piece of information. But I think it's wonderful that we have different cultures, that we have different people, different insights. The same idea running through a different vein can bring us something very beautiful, a different perspective that we may not have considered. And I guess it's my way of accepting community, accepting all different kinds of cultures, and honoring them, and bringing our ideas together, because there's really only one main idea, one main truth, but there's hundreds of ways, thousands of ways of looking at it. So we're all on path. We're all on our path. We're all on the path. But how we go about that path and how we say it, see it, approach it might look a little bit different. So don't fear so much someone else and what they're doing. Now that's easy to say for me at this point in my life, because I think I got out of that box that says you can only go around the box in this way. But I learned that stepping or going backwards or forwards or crosswise or stepping over the line or under the line or above the line just was only that. Over the line, under the line, inside of the line, above the line, by the line. It only made it that. And the fear is very dangerous because it just holds us back. What if we only drove around Utah? What if we never took a plane, hopped on a plane and went to Hawaii, or crossed the border into Canada, or down into Mexico? What if we never stepped a foot outside of the line? What if we only stayed in Orem or Provo, in the boundaries? We would be like little ants, just going our lines, going our lines, going our lines. We would miss out on all the beautiful people, scenery, lessons, information. So, interesting. I'm going on a rant here, but this card that I picked today in this particular oracle is kind of got me going there. The box that I chose to use today, or the card, this is one of my first favorite oracle card decks that I always say this is one of my first and favorites. I think I keep starting over and having new first and favorites. But truly, the Sacred Path cards, the discovery of self through Native teaching. I've always loved Native Americans, their teachings. I love it because it rings so true and close to my heart. I love the symbology, the simplicity, the honoring of the seasons, of the directions, of just so much of it. It just makes so much sense. I remember a couple summers ago when I just set up a tent in the backyard, and I think I made everybody in my family crazy. And why would I do that when I could go in the house? But I loved being, let's say that was my teepee. I loved setting up my little teepee and going in and listening at night and listening in the morning and hearing things around me with just a very small protective lining between us. It kept the bugs out, it kept me in, but it didn't stop the sounds. And it was so beautiful. And laying on the earth and receiving the energy from Earth Mother. Oh, I love that so much. So I think this is why when I was first choosing Oracle cards, this was one of my first boxes. It comes with a book, it comes with cards, and it comes with wisdom and teaching. Much like all of the other Oracle cards, they have a number and a picture. And then it's got the beautiful sun sign. In the book, you follow it gives the teaching. It gives an application. They're very lengthy, which I won't go into. I might hit a few points, but it's beautiful. And so today I thought this is what I would do. I would go to my native Sacred Path cards and pull a card. I love it because it corresponds with a conversation I had last night with a dear friend as we were talking about finding our life trinity, our path. We're ever so free these days to try everything, which is not a bad thing. But, if you're a circle, it's okay to want to be a triangle and see what that's like. But you will never feel good as a triangle when you're a circle. If you're a daisy, it's okay if you want to be a tulip. But as much as you try, you will never, with the qualities of a daisy, feel or look good following the path of a tulip. If you're a mountain, you will never truly do well the job of a water, river, stream, ocean. So this card teaches us and reminds us to be who we are. The card number is card number 35. If we add 3 and 5 together, we get 8, which is the number of infinity. So I would say this is one of the most basic, eternal, ever-going teachings that will not change. It's called the Shawl, and this card depicts a beautiful shawl that's made out of feathers, but it also has a lot of, it shows the earth on it, it shows trees, it appears as though to be over the shoulders of the earth. However, right down the neck and down the middle is a beautiful waterfall. Oh my goodness, such beauty to be had here. But it's called the Shawl, and the bottom caption is returning home. Okay, now I want to read to you the application. If the shawl has fallen across your shoulders, you're being invited to return home. If you have forgotten yourself recently, it is now time to remember your essence, your soul, your spirit, and potential. If you have walked a crooked trail by falsely judging others, it is now time to come home to the loving heart and see the value in all paths and chosen lessons. Many roads lead to Rome. All paths are valid. You may be coming home to the magic that you once lived in, or to a new sense of well-being. You may have finally come into yourself. But in every case, you are returning to a temporarily forgotten state of being. I call it spiritual amnesia, where we have a momentary time of forgetting of who we are. And it can happen all the time. Little mini strokes. If you've forgotten how to find the simple truth that once supported your inner joy, it is time to return home. Wearing the shawl is coming home to the arms of the Earth Mother and being loved. Not a greater feeling is there, not a greater union is there than the healing of the mother and the child. Sometimes we can't find that in this life. Sometimes we cannot find the arms of the mother we were born into. And maybe all is well. Maybe we have been raised around that mother and we love that mother and that mother loves us, but for some reason we lack that endearing feeling of the arms of the mother and the child being embraced and cared for in the arms of the mother. So, how do we find that? Returning to the Earth Mother. Wearing the shawl is coming home to the arms of the Earth Mother and being loved. Being embraced by the arms of the Earth Mother. Having the shawl of Mother Earth being put over our shoulders. Laying in her arms. Laying on the grass. Sitting against a tree. Feeling the coolness of the water as it trickles over our feet in the brook or the creek or the lake or the ocean. How does Earth's Mother embrace you? Sometimes it's laying on the red rock and feeling the heat just penetrate through your body and into your soul. One of the most beautiful feelings. Many ways can Earth Mother embrace us. The responsibility of taking the shawl is being loving to others who have forgotten the sacred path or the way home. What does that mean, really? Okay, the responsibility, our ability to respond, of taking the shawl this is it, being loving to others who have forgotten the sacred path or their way home, who maybe are not sure where they're going, which direction. They're trying many things. They're looking for their shape, their flower, their tribe. Or maybe we're just walking amongst another tribe and we are the one who is trying to find our shape, our color. Part of the teaching of this card that I'm just going to read, it's so beautiful. And to me, it's so big and loud in our world today with all of the hoo-hoo that is going on about who is okay and who is not. And where do I stand and where do I not? And what color am I? And what race am I? And what gender am I? And what? What does it matter? The difference between the people and those people is that the people have stayed on the sacred path because the behavior of those people has reminded them of why they need to walk in beauty. This teaching applies to every race. The people who have taken the sacred shawl and live in harmony, honoring the sacred paths of all life forms. In taking the shawl, we are taught that Earth Mother loves all of her children, all of them, and welcomes everyone home no matter how naughty they have been. Doesn't matter. You've been out too late? Well, get your hiney home. This is, I'm speaking of younger days. But come home. We are not here to heal the Mother Earth. She is quite capable of doing that herself. We are here to heal ourselves so we may discover our role in creation. During the former four worlds, the Mother Earth has purged herself in many civilizations that did not honor her right to life. Mother Earth has the potential and the ability to cleanse herself again if the need arises. This is not to say that the two-leggeds should not be mindful, that's us, the two-leggeds, should not be mindful of assisting the cleaning up of any damage that has been done. On the contrary, that is part of the human role as children of the earth. Isn't that beautiful? So Mother Earth knows how to heal itself and take care of itself. Our job is to heal ourselves, to figure out our path in this creation. Each person who takes the shawl, it comes into alignment. We are being taught and asked to acknowledge the beauty in each individual expression of creation, whether it is human, a creature, being, a plant person, a stone person, or even our worst enemy. The shawl, if it has fallen across your shoulder, is asking you to consider all expressions as sacred, all expressions of the divine to be sacred. Taking on the shawl also means that one is willing to exchange information and allow all traditional teachings to live so that the goodness of each can be shared by many. It is time to let go of the I and take the shawl that covers the eternal we. We, not I. We are they. Okay? That is the message of the shawl. You and I are we being called to return home to our center, to our divine understanding, to our accepting of all creation, whatever that is. Now, that doesn't mean you have to go jump in their bathtub. No, you don't have to swim with them. Just honor and respect their way, their teaching, their story. It's a beautiful world, and not any of it should be left out. All of it is sacred and has a place. And it is our job as we to honor it all. Isn't that a beautiful teaching? Oh my gosh. Now you know why. Now you know why I love the Sacred Path cards. You might have to go on a journey to find some for you. They take you down to the most basic, beautiful teachings of life. That's why I love the native culture. So basic, so beautiful. Oh, so basic and so beautiful. Sometimes we fall off our little chairs, our little high horses. It's good though, because when we fall off, we have to look what we're standing on. We have to realize that something is holding us up. The Sacred Earth Mother is holding us up. Who is holding you up? Put the shawl on. Love your friends, love your neighbor, love your family. Most of all, love yourself. If you're a square, be a square. If you're a circle, be a circle. If you're a daisy, be a daisy. If you're a horsefly, be an ever-loving horsefly. We all have purpose. We all have place. Let us all appreciate who each other is and are on this sacred path and the sacred journey of life. On the earth that we stand, we all share the same earth. Gravity is holding us down, connecting us to the same place. So for some reason, we're all stuck here together by that super glue called gravity, which holds us down. Get to know your neighbor. It's so much easier if you get along. Cup of glow. Not checking out quite yet. Trying to.